Okay, let me explain to you what I mean that she turned black. It's a thing that minorities use when it comes to certain white people. It's kind of like if a white person was to walk into a restaurant that was predominantly black, everybody would turn around and go like, "What the hell? That person must be lost." Or she was walking to a predominantly black club. "What the hell? That person must be lost." But no, she's one of those white people who, when she walks in, kind of like, let me do some examples. "Oh hell, Eminem just walked in. Come sit down, boy. He's black." "Oh, Fergie Ferg, she's black." "Justin Timberlake, he's black." Now, Katy Forsaken Perry, she's black. That's what that means. Now back to the music. Anyhow, so that Teenage Dream album is like a huge hit, yo. Okay, it's like, what did I read somewhere? Here it is. Teenage Dream is the second album in history to have 5 #1s on one album. The only other person to do that was Michael Jackson with the album Bad. Okay, she's the first female to achieve this milestone and the third album in history to produce 8 top 5 hits. So with all that going on, this is a Grammy award winning CD. You can't go wrong with this one. So the Grammys are like, "Yeah, dude, you're right. This is really good." Okay, so let's nominate her for Album of the Year, Best Pop Vocal Album, Best Pop Vocal Performance for Teenage Dream, and Best Pop Vocals, and Best Pop Collaboration with Vocals for California Girls. Okay, so surely our Katy Forsaken Perry will get a Grammy or something. No, no, she didn't. The Grammys turned to her after hyping her up and said, "Bitch, please." That ain't right. So yeah, that year she was screwed badly. Screwed to the point that it was without lube. Okay? So that's painful. So next, she's all depressed and stuff because she, like I said, she isn't really good at picking guys to date. So she's continuing to date losers. And then she ends up meeting this guy who's from London or somewhere. And if you look at him from one angle, he's actually attractive. But if you look at him from another angle, he looks like Charles Manson. So I don't know what she was thinking, but what the hell. So anyway, she ends up marrying him, and then he ends up dumping her by sending her a text message, "I want a divorce." And I was feeling all bad for her until I found out that she dumped one of her boyfriends by text message. So basically, that was just karma coming back to bite her in the ass very hard. But then she meets this one guy. It's like she's a crackhead and he's crack, named John Mayer. Now, he has the reputations of putting his penis in anything that's a hole. If he can squeeze it in there, he will insert it. Now, why would you want to date somebody like that besides just do a test drive on them? I don't know. But for some reason, our little Katy Forsaken Perry thinks she's going to change this person deep down inside. Well, you're not. If he wanted to marry you and all that other kind of crap, he would have did it a long time ago. You're basically being used as a piece of ass, because that's what he does with women. Okay, now moving on. So she ends up, doing the back and forth thing with John Mayer, dating him, break up, dating him, break up. And meanwhile, while John is dating her and while he's broken up with her, he's putting his penis every hole that he can probably get it in. So anyhow, so she goes back into the studio. 2013, she comes out with a CD called Prism. Okay, now Prism, that's a great CD. In my opinion, that's the best CD that she's ever had. I mean, it's significantly mature. It's deep. Okay, that's a deep CD. You can dance to it. You can relax to it. You can get depressed with it. So for those of you who are diagnosed with depression, such as myself, do not listen to this CD or do not listen to the sad songs when you're having a really, 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 really bad day, because there's a potential for you to hang yourself. Okay, so anyhow, that CD is outstanding. I say, oh my gosh. What do they say? Billboard says 286,000 copies sold just on her first week. Come on now. And she's got a tour, Prism tour, and that's like making her a lot of money too. So obviously people want to see her. And she released that darn Prism CD in 2013, and it's now 2015, and we're still jamming to it. As Katy Perry says, this is how we do. So, see, told you she was black. So anyhow, so she's got all that going for her. So I'm like, this is the year that she is going to get the Grammy for sure, because you just cannot deny Prism, because Prism was made for people who are stable and people who are unstable. It's for everybody. So anyhow, so the Grammys come up. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Where's the Prism CD Grammys? Oh, hell no. The Grammys diss my girl, and this is the best CD that she's ever had? Are you kidding me? Yo, how do y'all feel about that? Everybody else is like, yeah, we're pissed too, yo. So, we're like wondering what happened. So we go knock on Grammy's door. Like, what the hell is going on, yo? You're supposed to have given her, a Grammy for Prism, because that album was for everybody, yo. And so the Grammys is like, what do you expect us to do? I said, well, every year she's nominated for at least Best Pop Solo Performance. You didn't even give her that. What the hell, man? What's your problem? And then, right before I get ready to bitch slap the Grammy says, stop. The reason why she didn't get nominated for a Grammy is because she didn't submit any songs for consideration. I'm like, What do you mean she didn't submit any songs? Your girl didn't submit any songs for consideration. But this is her best-selling CD ever. This is the best piece of work she's ever had. This shows how much talent she has. Surely. No. I'm like, well, damn, Katy. What were you thinking? How do you expect to win a damn Grammy if you don't even submit your stuff? Especially your best stuff. This is the time for you to be doing that. And you don't do it. Explain that to me. All these years I've been angry for you. Really angry. And this is how you treat me? I go out there and bust my tail advocating for you, and you're sitting at home on that $145 million mattress that's full of money, and you're saying, I don't need a Grammy. All right, now I'm just counting my dollar bills, yo. So anyhow, I'm like, Katy, how do you expect to win a Grammy if you don't submit something? It's like telling somebody saying, I want to win the lottery. But how can you win the lottery or even have a chance of winning the lottery if you don't even buy a ticket? Oh, I was so pissed with Katy Perry. I was so pissed. I had to go home, put that Prism CD on, and play Unconditionally. Because I needed to remind myself that I must love this woman unconditionally, because she's that talented and I believe in her and I'm a big fan. And she did not mean to hurt me. All of a sudden I start saying, OMG, I'm Katy Perry and she's John Mayer. Oh, I understand now. So anyways, she's had, she didn't win the Grammy, and she didn't, get actually nominated because she didn't even try. So, but this is what I wanted to talk about, really, is that it doesn't matter. You know, I wonder why? Just because she doesn't have a Grammy doesn't mean she doesn't have talent. It doesn't mean that she can't sing. It doesn't mean she can't act. It doesn't mean she can't dance. She's black, for heaven's sake. Surely she can dance. So anyhow, so I was like, well, there's got to be some other people out there who have been denied by I almost said the Oscars, by the Grammys. And then this is my list I find out, because Katy was nominated 11 times, 0 wins. But, and everybody's always talking about Katy never gets anything. Katy doesn't this. Katy, 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 Katy. Well, let me tell you, Katy is not the Susan Lucci of the Grammys. If you want to know who the Susan Lucci of the Grammys is, and by the way, Susan Lucci eventually did get an Emmy. But anyways, it would be Brian McKnight. He has 16 nominations and never won. Snoop Dogg, 16 nominations and never won. This one right here blows my mind because I thought she won everything. Martina McBride has sold more than 14 million albums and won the Country Music Association's Female Vocalist of the Year award 4 times. But yet, she's been nominated for a Grammy 14 times and has not won one. Then there's Bjork. You know, she's got 13 nominations and she's never won one. But see, I understand that one because she's kind of like weird and way out there. And if I was to have an award called Aries Got Online Award, I wouldn't want her posing next to it either. So, you know, I won't give you that one, Grammy. But then there's Nas, 13 nominations, nothing. Busta Rhymes, 11 nominations, nothing. Our girl Katy Perry, 11 nominations, nothing. Tupac, 7 nominations, denied. Public Enemy, 6 nominations, denied. Nicki Minaj, 6 nominations, denied. Depeche Mode, 5 nominations, denied. Biggie Small, 4, denied. And this is really going to blow your mind. Guns N' Roses. How could Guns N' Roses not have a Grammy? They were nominated 3 times. Denied. Oh my gosh. Then when you think it can't get worse, Journey. How could Journey, of all bands, not have a Grammy? They were only nominated 1 time. Lost it. Then there's Kiss, the very first concert I ever went to in my entire life. Did not win a Grammy. Only been nominated 1 time. And then there's other people who haven't even been nominated at all. The Kinks, the Spice Girls, the Strokes. I can go on. So stop saying that my little Katy Forsaken Perry isn't Grammy material. She is. And she's in a long line of other people who actually deserve a Grammy too. So back off her, yo. Okay. Look, even upset my dog. Let's bring your dog to work day. Now you got my dogs angry too. That just ain't right. I know, man, I know. It's okay. And I like to talk about something else that really has nothing to do with the Grammys. It's talk about social media. You are some mean people out there. Now, granted, I'm on Twitter because I like reading people's tweets, and I also read people's messages that they be leaving on Instagram. I don't do Facebook, never liked Facebook. Facebook gets on my nerves because when I did have an account there, it seemed like every time I logged on, they were asking me a question, and I was like, if I wanted to tell you this damn information, I would have put it in there. Stop bothering me. So eventually, I just said, to hell with you, and then just went to Google. Google Plus. Works a lot easier, and they stay out of your business. But anyways, so I'm sitting here reading all these messages that's getting sent to people, specifically Katy Perry. And I'm like, there are some mean people out there. Very mean people. Why are you guys so mean to her? What has she ever done to you? She sings songs for a living. It's not like she kicked your puppy and drowned your kittens. Why you want, I mean, there's like stuff about dying, hanging, sexual stuff. I mean, there's like some crazy crap out there. There are some crazy people out there. For all you crazy people out there who are putting all that negative stuff out there, thinking that you're being cool by doing it, let me tell you what it's like. Okay? It's like you going up to one of your homies and they say, what you do today? And you go up to them and say, yo, guess what I did today? And it's like, what? I saw Bambi walking through a field of flowers and I went up to her and bust her upside the head with a rock. Yeah, that's how it is picking on Katy Perry. That's like hitting Bambi upside the head with a rock. And poor little Bambi, all Bambi was doing was just walking through the fields of flowers and wondering, damn, why you hit me with the rock, yo? So, you know, leave a woman alone. If you're going to send hatred towards somebody, do it toward people who actually deserve it. If you're going to bully, because I know you still are going to bully, even if I tell you not to, although I won't say don't bully. But if you're going to bully, bully the right people. Don't bully little old Katy Perry. Leave the woman alone. She's a good person. I'm pretty sure she is. Her only 2 flaws are she smokes, unless she's quit, that would be great, because that would be just great if she doesn't smoke anymore. I'm telling you, because that is a really nasty habit. And you stink when you smoke. Yes, I'm saying you smokers stink. So anyhow, and then her choices in men. Because every time I see her out with John Mayer, I'm like, where is her mother? Where is her best friend? Why aren't they telling her to stay away from him? And then I hear she's got a grandma, and they say her grandma has a cane. So I'm like, surely grandma can take care of this because she has a cane, which means she can go up to Katy and literally knock some sense into her with the cane. Nobody's done it. But then again, I'm like, well, maybe she's like one of those crackheads. You know, you can tell them to stay away from it, but they keep going back. And, they're not going to get the help they need until they want to get the help. So no matter what you say, they're still going to do this. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If John Mayer was the last man on the face of the earth, and they said, Aries, you have to make a choice, one or the other, I would say I would rather roll in a bed of anthrax than sleep with John Mayer. I'll take my chances with the anthrax. I have a better chance of surviving. Now, see, there's one thing for you to, like I said earlier, dip your penis in a bunch of vaginas and be called a stud. Yeah, but when you dip them in too many of them, where it gets to the point where that's all people know you for, that means you're nasty. That's nothing to be proud of. And when you become that nasty person's girlfriend, you become the girl who dates the nasty person. Okay? So anyhow, stop being mean to Katy Perry. Direct your anger towards people who deserve it. Direct it toward child molesters. Direct it toward people who beat up the elderly. Direct it toward the terrorists. People like that. Direct it toward the guy who killed Cecil the lion. Those are people that you should be sending nasty messages to, not little Katy Perry. She's Bambi. Leave Bambi alone. You don't throw rocks at Bambi. That's bad. My gosh, if you're not going to do it because it's the right thing to do, if you're not going to stop throwing it because I'm asking you to, do it for Cecil. Do it in remembrance of Cecil the lion. What? Yeah. Oh, too soon? Too soon? Okay. So Grammy, Grammy, I'm sorry. I talked trash about you guys, because that was really messed up, the last Grammy thing. But I realized that wasn't your fault. So I take back all my anger. And Katy, I forgive you for making me waste all these years of being angry for you. I forgive you because, like I said, you're like Bambi walking through the fields of life. And for those of you that keep saying she's ugly and stuff, that woman is not ugly. That is a good-looking woman. Okay, if her inner beauty is even half as much as her outer beauty, she's like close to perfection. So I don't know what y'all looking at. Oh, it's called jealousy. Oh, that's what it is. Oh, you hating on her. Okay, I got it. But anyhow, so I'm getting ready to end this, and I would like to ask you guys for a little favor. My favorite charity is ParnellServices.com. If you can just take a moment to make a donation to them. They are a 501c3 nonprofit public charity. They're a very small charity that does mighty things. They help people and they help animals. So if you would support them, that would be great. You don't have to give thousands or hundreds of dollars. You can give $1. $1 makes a difference because that would be $1 more than they had before you gave. So other than that, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry, Grammys. Katy Forsaken Perry, you got to do better, babe. You got to do better. But I still love you. Aries is leaving the building.